Welcome to Old School Chemistry. Today we are going to do the ALEKS topic, writing a chemical formula given a molecular model. You need some rules on writing our chemical formulas. First, read the chemical formula on the periodic table going left to right. Just like we read going left to right in the English language, you read the periodic table going left to right, and that's how you write your atoms, is going from left to right. Now, if they're in the same group, you write the atoms bottom to top. And I know that seems a little anti-intuitive, but bottom to top. Now, there is an exception to this, is hydrogen. Hydrogen, you're going to write as the second element, except when it is with groups 16 and 17. Then you're going to write it as the first element. And I want to show you that on the periodic table here in just a second. Next, write the subscript on the left of the atom. So if you have more than one of one particular atom, you have to indicate how many atoms you have. Maybe you have 2 carbons. So you write it to the, sometimes I'm dyslexic when it comes to rights and lefts. You're going to write that on the right. There we go. The subscript to the right of the atom. Now let's take a look at this, and then we'll jump over to the periodic table, and I'll also highlight this from there. So I look at my colors, love our color coding here. I've got 2 chlorines. I'm just going to make a note of that. Notice I put a subscript 2. We've got 1 sulfur, and we've got 1 oxygen. Okay, and I have to put that together as a compound. Let's jump over to our periodic table, and we will look at these elements. I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Okay, so I'm reading from left to right, and that's how I'm going to write my elements. I write them from left to right, and if they're in the same group, I write them bottom to top. Remember, the exception is hydrogen is way over here on the left-hand side. You think it would always be the first, but it's not, right? Hydrogen is your second element, except with groups 16 and 17. You might call these 6A and 7A, depends on your professor. Then hydrogen comes first, like H2O or hydrofluoric acid. The hydrogen is going to be the first element. Everything else, it will come second, like methane or ammonia. It comes second. So write hydrogen second, except for with group 16 and 17. Okay, so let's look at our elements. We had the chlorine, the sulfur, and the oxygen. Let me write these over here. We've got chlorine, we've got sulfur, we've got oxygen. And I had 2 of the chlorine. Okay, so I'm traveling across, oh, there it is. I see sulfur, I see oxygen, and chlorine. So I'm going to write the sulfur and the oxygen first, but they're in the same group. So then I apply the rule, we write bottom, then top. So it's going to be sulfur, then oxygen, keep traveling, then we hit the chlorine, and then it's the Cl2. There you have it. Let's do one more together. So we'll have the SOCl2. And then let's look at this one. Oh, great. We got a hydrocarbon. So I've got 1 carbon. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 hydrogens. Notice I wrote the 4 on the right-hand side for the subscript. And then we've got 1 oxygen. So let's look at the periodic table. Okay. So traveling across the periodic table, I first see carbon. Oh, wait, well, let's come back. I see hydrogen. Then carbon, then oxygen. Well, I know that hydrogen comes second place. Remember, we only write hydrogen first if it's in groups 16 and 17. So carbon, it's not in those groups. Carbon will come first. Then I can do my 4 hydrogens, keep traveling. There's the oxygen. Okay, there you have it. Well done. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.